myths, misconceptions, and heated debates. It's time to put a few of these to rest. Let's get started with a highly controversial one. Myth: ConcernedApe hates Stardew Valley mobile players. Yeah, I've seen the comments on every single one of ConcernedApe's tweets, and I have even seen some in my own comments section. The Stardew Valley 1.5 update has been considerably delayed, and you guys have the right to be frustrated. However, let me try and explain some of the complexities that he is facing with the latest update. I come from a software development background, so I believe I can provide some much needed context on why the update is taking so damn long. I have three main points of discussion. So let's start off with the fact that Stardew Valley was made using a very old discontinued framework called Microsoft XNA. The specific framework allows freedom for developers to create their own tools and systems instead of coming with many pre-built systems like some more modern frameworks. Most newer frameworks can offer cross-platform support with fewer changes. However, that is not the case for the XNA framework. Out of the box, the XNA framework is not compatible for mobile games. Instead, there is a framework called MonoGame that is used to port a game for a mobile environment. Unfortunately, these ports are never as simple as copy and pasting the code. Most of the code will need to be rewritten, which takes time, especially when there are changes across almost every entity in the game. Furthermore, ConcernedApe might not have enough experience with this alternative implementation of the XNA framework, and thus even if ConcernedApe himself were to develop and make changes for the mobile update, it might even take him longer than if a dedicated porting organization were to be used. There is also the problem of having to find a different person or organization to make the port. I assume someone was working on the update, and due to quality or financial disputes, ConcernedApe decided to instead contract someone else to do the port. I believe this is probably the main reason for the considerable delay. I wouldn't be surprised if the mobile version of the game was on a completely different repo. Secondly, on PC, there's no specific code requirements for different PC specs, and you would only really need to test different screen sizes. Besides that, it should all just work. Mobile, on the other hand, is considerably different, and that is because there are two main operating systems that people use on their phones. More specifically, Android and iOS. Accessing the device resources and inputs usually require separate code based on the operating device. And since the mobile update needs to go live for both Android and iOS at the same time. From a development point of view, building an app on both of these operating devices with an older development framework is hard and has many unexpected complexities. The last point is unfortunately completely out of ConcernedApe's control, but the approval process for a patch on mobile devices is long and tedious, especially on iOS. In the apps that I have worked on back in my day as a software developer, it could take up to a month before iOS would approve the patch. Based on that, ConcernedApe needs to have full confidence that the update will work, as there are no hotfixes like on Steam. Even with all of these complexities and impediments, ConcernedApe is still determined to get that update on mobile, and it's taking a long time, but the update is worth it. So no, ConcernedApe does not hate the mobile players. Myth: getting married in Stardew Valley will ruin your spouse's life. The villagers of Stardew Valley all have their own lives, routines, and dreams. Abigail wants to go on adventures and battle enemies in the mines. Penny wants to further her teaching career. Emily wants to be a master tailor and hone her expertise. There are also scheduled events and activities that occur every week where the villagers get together and do things together. Every Monday and Tuesday, all of the ladies of Stardew Valley head over to Pierre's house and do exercise and yoga. Every Friday, most of the villagers head over to the Star Drop Saloon and just enjoy each other's company. But once you marry one of the bachelors or bachelorette, their routine is completely shut down and they are stuck on the farm for all eternity. Abigail will no longer visit her father at the Wizard's Tower. Penny will no longer teach the children of the valley. And most importantly, Shane loses his only redeeming quality. He was a blackout drunk and now he's somewhat reformed. We took his dream away. Jokes aside, when you marry someone in Stardew Valley, their entire existence and routine revolves around you. Abigail will only see her parents during festivals. Emily will no longer improve her tailoring skills. Elliot will no longer play the piano. Leah always wanted to be a master sculptor. She works so hard to improve her skill. But once you marry her, she completely forgets what sculpting is, and instead her entire life just revolves around you. I just added a mod that would allow me to marry every single candidate in the game. And let me just say that the town of Stardew Valley has never felt so empty, with half of the townspeople trapped for eternity on the farm. I just felt so bad doing that to the marriage candidates and their families. Do the right thing, divorce your spouse and set them free. Once you reach the endgame of Stardew Valley, your sights might be more focused on hardcore money making, and many players believe that ancient fruit are the only viable money making crop in the game. Ancient fruit is better than star fruit is what many people firmly believe. Let's take a look at each crop individually and hopefully we can conclude with a winner. Ancient fruit can grow in spring, summer, and fall. However, they take an entire season to fully mature and produce crops. So either plant them on Ginger Island, in your greenhouse, or on the first day of spring. If you do decide to grow ancient fruit on your farm, be sure to use some speed grow so that you can get a few extra harvests. Ancient fruit will regrow every 7 days, meaning you won't have to replant these crops after every harvest. Ancient fruit sells for an average of 800 gold per fruit. Ancient fruit wine sells for 2,300 gold, and ancient fruit jelly sells for 1,600 gold. Those are some pretty good numbers. However, ancient fruit has one very substantial drawback. There is no reliable way to obtain ancient fruit. You will need to grow a single crop and slowly over time turn the fruit that it bears into seeds using the seed maker. It will take a really long time to get enough ancient fruit to fill up your entire Ginger Island, but once you do, you will never have to worry about gold again. Starfruit can only grow in summer. Fortunately for us, we can grow them on our Ginger Island farm. Starfruit takes 13 days to fully mature and does not regrow. Every time your starfruit is ready for harvesting, you will have to replant them and wait another 13 days for the next harvest. Starfruit has the advantage of being very easy to access. You can just purchase starfruit seeds from Sandy at the desert oasis for 400 gold per seed. Yeah, the seeds are pricey, but they are definitely worth it because each starfruit will sell for an average of 1,200 gold. And when you turn the starfruit into wine, they will sell for 3,150 gold. Plant a couple hundred starfruit seeds and you will surely become a millionaire. So which is better? Well, that depends on you. However, the convenience of ancient fruit should not be undervalued. I would recommend planting starfruit for gold and simultaneously grow ancient fruit and slowly build up your supply of ancient fruit seeds. By the time you have enough seeds, you would have made an absurd amount of gold with your starfruit and can afford the luxury that ancient fruit will bring. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got this far, you have to hit subscribe. But for now, I will see you in the next video.